So do um I know I should have been coffee nated encaffeinated, whatever. A little bit more. So you guys, here's my Yu-Gi-Oh update. I did actually get my cards. My deck. Where's my glasses? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be so upset with myself. Are you serious? Hold on, guys. Are you? Oh my gosh. Oh, here they are. Haha. Sorry, guys. I can't do this without my glasses. I am so blind without my glasses, and it sucks. These aren't my prescription. These aren't my prescription glasses I'm using. I'm using reader's glasses, so I can be able to see a little bit more than just having far sight and not being able to see anything. I can kind of have a good peek, a good view at things. So anyway, you guys, I am going to talk about my deck in a little bit. I do want to update you guys. So you guys, this is my case. Again, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40 cards here in a case. I'm going to try to do a little more collecting, but I really don't want to do too much collecting of the newer kind of cards because it doesn't help me very much as a duelist. It's going to only help me collect. And for collecting, I'm okay with it, but I just really don't want to do anything with the newer deck and incorporate it with my deck. Yes, we are listening to the Doors, by the way, you guys. Awesome band. I like these guys. So as you guys see, I already kind of talked a little bit. I'm going to try to get rid of this. I mean, I'm going to use this still, but I honestly really do not want to use this to carry my deck around because my deck, what is it? My deck ends up um, sliding around a little bit more than what I want, and it's really annoying. And it can give me a massive headache, or if I've already have a bad headache as is, I don't want to hear that. Yes, I know I can make weird sound effects, but that's kind of how it is with my deck. So guys, here's my deck. 50 cards in its all gloriness. So the blue eyes did come with a, say like that. That's because of the dice. I'm gonna take the dice. I'll put it in there. The cards the deck did come, or the structure deck did come with a synchro cards. Because I again had two of the same uh, Saga of Blue Eyes structure deck. I got two synchros, but if you only get one of the Saga Blue Eyes, it only comes with one synchro monster. So I decided, I kind of thought about it. I'm thinking, well, should I use that synchro monster? But then again, I thought no, because if I use that synchro monster, I'm not gonna know how to. I really am not good with the synchro kind of stuff, so I don't add synchro in. So here I'll show you. This is my first card. I'm not gonna really. I don't want to name all of them. I'll just let you see what they are. This one I did add, and some of these again, you guys, I did add on here. This one I didn't add. This one actually came with it, but I have another one. Rage. Oh, no, Rage. I thought that was Rage. Dino Rage or something. These are pretty dang good cards, actually. Jar of Avarice, I did add in there. Now, the reason why I added Jar of Avarice in there was because I can pick up 5 cards, or I can select 5 cards from my deck, and or 5 cards from my graveyard, and put them back in my deck. So that's why I picked this card. I didn't. This originally didn't come with the structure deck, so I added. So again, you guys, these are kind of add-ons to what I did. This one was originally in there. This one's original. Original. I don't really like having this guy in here because he's higher ATK or attack points, but I use him anyway. I really try not to use high monsters. I try to use low monsters, but it's good to have some high monsters, but I don't ultimately use them. I use the lower, weaker kind. Mystical Space Typhoon, I added in there because it targets one trap or spell card that my opponent can activate. So I added that in there because of that reason. Now, Change of Hearts, I added in there because with what was the card's name? We're gonna get to it, but I think Battleground or something. They allow you to take control of your opponent's monster, and so, but when you take control of your opponent's monster, you can't do battle phase with it. You can only special tribute that card, and then you can't do battle phase with it. With this, you can do tribute, or you can take control of your monster, either tribute or battle phase with it, and then just basically have fun with it. This allows you to do a lot more than the other card, which we'll probably end up getting to. But that's the reason why I have it in there, because sorry guys, allergies. But that's why I have that in there. I know it's a dead card, and a lot of people are probably going to go, not a really good choice, but originally have one. But I do like it because it's like Monster Reborn, where I can take control. I can't with this one take control of my opponent's monster. Uh, I can only take control of my monster, so my monster can come back from the field, or from the grave to the field, which I really do like. But unlike Monster Reborn, which supposedly everyone claims is a dead card, um, Monster Reborn I can take control of my opponent's monster and or my monster. But with this one, it only gives me control of mine, which is really good. So basically, that's why it's kind of nice because, I mean, if your opponent plays this card, she cannot use yours. They can only go after their own. Sort of Revealing Light was, I have two of them, uh, from one from my other structure deck, and one originally from, one, I have three of them. One from when, the one that I own originally, and one that I got from my one structure deck, and then this one that I got for. Yeah, this one basically blocks my opponent's attack for 3 turns. I do recommend. I did put this in here, A, because basically it kind of blocks my opponent from attacking me for 3 times, or for 3 turns. So basically, it just makes my opponent pretty much swiped or locked for any ability to attack me. Penalty game, probably not a very common heard card or used card, I'm not sure. But I can either make my opponent not draw or my opponent not activate a spell or trap card. I like this effect because of 2 reasons. Because that card allows me, it helps me, and the reason why I put it in there was because I want to kind of make sure that my opponent doesn't get the ability to stop my effects. So if they have a card with effect that can stop me from summoning my high monster, excuse me, then I want to be able to do that, and or not be able to let them draw, and they can only use what they have in their hand, which means they might end up having to pass. So either way, it's kind of a crapshoot, I guess. If you use it, if you make your opponent not draw, that's a crapshoot because um, from actually activating one and you being a little bit safer. But it's up to you on how you would play it. But for me, I kind of don't like to gamble, and I don't really use the first one at all. I just use the second ability for this card, which is good because it saves me a lot. So I just basically say the penalty game can't activate spells. Basically, because I already know my intentions are going to be just do it. But there might be time where I probably will get to a point where I probably will use that first part of not letting my opponent draw on me. Medium of Eyes of Blue, I had, like I said, I got two structure decks by the second one by accident. The first one was not accidental, and I'm happy that I got the accidental second one. Yeah, I got a couple of these, and this does help me a lot with my Blue Eyes structure deck. Masked Dragon, I did put it in there because I can add a dragon type monster once that with 1500 or less when this card is destroyed. And I'll show you what I do and why I do it. But this card I really do like. I'm surprised this actually didn't come with the card that I'm going to be looking for next, or that you guys will see hopefully soon. But this is a really good card. I like this because this allows me, and I have a bunch of different dragons in here. So this is dragon structure based. So I'm trying to do combos. That's what I'm basically looking for is combos. But I kind of dislike it because if my Blue Eyes is out and I can play this, it destroys all my monster, but sadly Blue Eyes at that turn cannot attack. So I have to either, if I have another card out there at that time, I can attack with my other card. But I just can't do it with Blue Eyes. And that's the only sad thing. But it's okay because it actually helps me a lot more. I think that's, what is Blue Eyes attack? Blue Lightning attack. That was it. I think this is the Blue Lightning attack, but it's Burst Stream. So basically, yes, this is Blue Eyes Blue Lightning attack. I like this guy because he does effects and he's a tuner. So I have two of these guys. Yep, I have two of the same guys. I have two of these. But this one I kind of like because I can ultimately activate target one effective monster on the field and its effect are negated. Also cannot attack when destroyed this card. So basically, this destroys the effect. So if my opponent decides to use an effect, I can destroy that effect. I had two of the. Yes, I did put another one of these in my deck because I love torturing my opponent. This actually is really torturized. This is really mean if you do it because it tortures your. End up playing one and then that one's gone. Then if you have this one already in the field waiting to be put up, the other one's gone. On your turn, you can flip this one up again and do another 3 turns. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So altogether, they would have missed 6 turns out of playing. That's pretty nice, but it is. I know it's kind of mean, but I think for 6 turns, it gives you an advantage. Kaiba Man, I do like this because you can end up putting Blue Eyes in your hand and then on field. So this is kind of a good card. I really don't. I wish you could actually use it to put Blue Eyes on field instead of your hand, but that's okay. But it actually helped me because either way, I'm gonna get Blue Eyes no matter what. Soul Exchange. This one's the other one that I was thinking of. Unlike Change of Hearts, I can actually only use this as a tribute. My opponent's tribute, or monster as a tribute. But this card will not let me do Battle Phase. Now, Change of Heart will let me do Battle Phase. I can still do Battle Phase with Change of Heart, but not with this one. This one I can't. So it's okay. I mean, I don't want to take it out because if any chance that I can get take control of my opponent's monster is, because then that way your opponent might not have much of a chance. Then you can do whatever you have to do. But it does kind of, let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of a downer because you can't do Battle Phase, but you can only special tribute. But that's okay. Just for that kind of just for that downfall, I think it would be heck of a lot worth it for me to play that way. Now, Kaiser Seahorse, I love this card. Oh my gosh, two light. This can be tribute as a 2 light tribute, so I can play this and basically summon Blue Eyes if I don't have anything else to summon a Blue Eyes or a light card, which is really nice. I love that. This and the reason why I did it was because I can play, I can destroy one of my spell cards, and my opponent cannot play the spell card that he or she tried to play, and so basically I destroy a spell card, and my opponent can't use the spell card, any spell card with the same name for the whole entire game, I guess. Let me see. During the rest of the duel. Yep. So pretty much for the whole entire game, my opponent is stuck not using that same spell card, and it's uh, pretty hard. I added this one again. I did add some of these. This one I did add because I figured if I end up having an opponent trying to play the same card over again, then I or the same spell card, then it can be this card gets rid of it. It disbands you from using that card. It's really cool because it it helps you a lot. You can get away with if you're and then can't play not just that card, but the any other card of the same name, like that or spell card of the same name. That kind of makes it hard because if your opponent's got like a bunch of dark holds or spell cards that have the same name, you can't do it. It's just you can't use that card. So it's a continuous, I think, but it works. Whitestone Legend. This came with the structure deck. Um, when this card, I can add one Blue Eyes from my deck graveyard to my hand. This guy I kind of like, but I really have not figured out all of their effects, but I'm gonna figure it out sooner or later. But this one did come with the structure deck. This one again, uh, this one did come with a structure deck. So I do like them. This one, same thing. You'll probably see a couple of him, but yes, structure deck. This one, same thing as the last Fiendish Chain. Came with a structure deck. So Fiendish Chain is pretty good. I mean, it kind of blocks the effects. Now, Pot of Greed, I know you guys are going to say, oh, it's a dead card. Why use a dead card, Romeo? Why? Okay, here's the reason. Because it supposedly could be a dead card, it still allows me to draw 2 cards. So that's why I recommend always, and this one's not in the structure deck, I just added this one. But because if you end up using cards like this, especially for this deck, you want to definitely draw, or even an Exodia deck, or a God card deck. You want to draw as much as possible. So that's why I put pot of greed in here. Just like our Everence can get let me Jar of Everence lets me draw from my grave, pot of greed lets me draw from my deck. So I was gonna add Graceful Charity, but I decided not to do it because I might do it later. I might get rid of Pot of Greed and do Graceful Cherry because Graceful Cherry lets me draw 3 cards and I discard 2, which probably isn't really a good thing. So I just might as well use Pot of Greed because Pot of Greed gives me more of a chance. But if I use Pot of Greed or Graceful Charity in my deck and I have the Jar of Everence, I can use that to recover what Graceful Charity let me not have. Card of Consonance. This one was originally in its structure deck. I do not think that this is a really bad card. I think this is an awesome card, even though it came with a structure deck. I can discard 1 Dragon type tuner monster, and I can, with 1,000 or less attack points, and I can draw 2 cards. So just like Pot of Greed, basically, just I tried to put in my deck as many draw ability cards as I can, trying to keep my cards so that I can draw and keep and run through my deck basically. And that's basically what I wanted from my deck, was being able to draw as much as I can, and then if I can't draw, then use like the Jar of Everence, take things from my deck and put it back in my deck, and then reuse my deck again. So basically, my deck kind of is pretty sufficient in drawing and being able to pick up cards from my deck to my hand, and then from my grave to my hand, or from my grave to my deck. I mean, so that's the good thing about my deck, is that you will always want to make sure, if you're especially running this kind of deck like me, I have to use or try to keep myself. I have to make sure that I can draw as much as I can, because if I'm not able to draw, if I'm just drawing each card one by one by each turn, it's not going to help me. So I want to try to get the advantage to draw as much as I can, and then whatever's in my grave, try to put whatever's in my grave back in my deck, and it make it a lot better. Now, this guy right here came with the structure deck, either the first one or second one, but I have 2 of these that came from the structure deck. The structure deck only came with 1 Blue Eyes. So when you get 1 Saga, if you just buy 1 structure deck, you're only going to get 1 Blue Eyes. So that's why I recommend you have 3. So I have 1. This one came out of 1 of them. And then the White Stone Legend, again, this is a tuner. So I can discard this card. For instance, if I'm going to play the card of Consonance, I discard this card. And then I can draw 2 cards. Or if not, then I can take this card and add 1 Blue Eyes from my deck to my hand, which is good. It gives me another good advantage of this. Another Sword of Revival Light. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna kill me. I think I have 3 of them. This is murder. I tried to put as many of these in my hand as I can. The reason why I did this was, or I kept the one that was in my structure deck, was because I wanted to make it harder for my opponent not to attack me. Not just be able to draw and then use Blue Eyes, but also to keep my opponent from attacking. So if I had all 3 of these, or all the Sword of Vision Lights on one field, I could just go flip, 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 flip at different simultaneous times, and it would hurt. It would hurt. It basically hurts just hearing myself think about this, but I know it's a devious, but these, because Sword of Revealing Light does help you a lot. It can save your bacon, especially if you don't have cards that help you or let you draw. Sword of Illusion Light actually gives you 3 turns. It kind of gives you a what you call a um, gives you a little extensive time. It bites you time. So pretty much you can bite your time with trying to get the card you want because your opponent can't attack you for 3 turns, but he can still do spell and traps and magic cards, but he can't attack. But if it's the attack that if your opponent has a high monster on the field, you won't get damaged because your opponent can't attack, and it gives you time. You can bite your time and try to use that time to get the good cards you need, to end up either defeating or trying to save yourself more. So that's why I kind of added that in there. It's kind of one of those things where, I wanted to be able to pretty much keep my opponent from allowing an attack to be used. This one, again, this is the Blue Eyes that did not come with the structure deck. This is the California Blue Eyes I got, you guys. Like I said, because I have the 2 structure decks, it came with 1 Blue Eyes in each structure deck. So altogether now I have 3 Blue Eyes. I have another one coming from Amazon, but I think I'm gonna retire this one. I really am. I think I'm gonna retire this one. I think I need to put that one up on my stand or something, because that one it's my favorite. I like that one. Again, made in with Blue Eyes. So basically, you can already kind of see how my deck is pretty much turning. It's turning to be where it's a pretty mean deck. I mean, not mean, but it probably wouldn't be really fun to play with me. Made with Blue Eyes, already in the deck. Call the Haunted again. Control. I can either do activate one of these effects, target face-up monster my opponent controls, and change the battle position, or attribute one monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of that battle until the end of phase. So basically, it allows me to take control of my monster. Here's another Blue Eyes. Now, the other Blue Eyes that's coming in should be a really nice one. But here's my 3rd Blue Eyes. Sorry. So there's my 3 Blue Eyes. I really do like that one. This one came with the structure deck. I can... When my opponent tries to attack me, I can change the attack monster to defense to that target, and it gains 500 attack points. So that's nice. That one came with the structure deck. Silver Cry. One dragon, normal time. So basically, this one I can special summon a lower level monster, but it's really good. It's not bad. I like that. Damage control. That one came with the deck. 1 for 1. That one, like I said again, it allows me to summon or tribute 1 monster and summon 1 monster. Kind of a draw. Armored Dragon, level 7. I'm going to show you guys why that's one of them that comes in my combo. Monster Reborn. I know this is a dead card, you guys. Don't give me crap for it, but I use it. Very little do I use it, but it works. I've used it, and it works. That one came with the deck. Again, another Blue Eyes White Thunder attack. Now, here's all my Armored Dragons. Now, the reason why I play these is because I can do... Gosh, what am I thinking? Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'm so tired. So with my standby phase, I can, if he's out on the field and it's my standby phase, the good thing about this on the first move is my opponent can't attack. So on my standby phase, I can take my Armor Dragon level 3 and special summon my Armor Dragon level 5. And then, because my Armor Dragon level 5 only requires him to be tributed to summon, I have 2,400 attack points, which is really nice, and 1,700 defense. So I would probably never put this in defense. I would always try to keep this in attack mode. So if I can successfully do this, I contribute him and special tribute to summon this guy. Now again, I don't need to tribute any other monsters, because with this combo, I just basically start with him, and then end with him. Now this guy's got 2,800 attacks and 1,000 defense. So Armored Dragon level 7 basically can't be summoned any other way. You can't use any other monsters to tribute for him. And that's why I like it, because it only requires him. And that basically is my deck for right now, you guys. I worked on it quite a little bit yesterday, and only for having it one day, I guess. This would be day 2 that I've had it now. I pretty much like it. I really honestly do. I might end up seeing at some point whether I might get more. I might think about it, but I honestly really don't know. I don't think I want to do anything else to my deck anymore, because I think my deck is pretty much fits itself. Now, you're probably asking again, why am I using, because Armored Dragon is not part of a blue and white dragon combo. Why would I do that? Well, again, because with my deck, my deck is based around, like, combos. Being able to tribute, being able to special summon, and not have to use as many tributes for other monsters. Like, I don't have to use 2 monsters to summon Armored Dragon level 7. I can just use Armored Dragon level 5 to tribute to put him on the field. So basically, it's simple. It's a simple deck for me, but it's got a bite to it. It blocks attacks, it blocks spell and trap cards, it blocks draws if I choose to. So I think it's a good deck. I played with it yesterday. Oh, shoot. I played with it yesterday, and I really do like it. I think it works. Now, Armored Dragon. Hold on. I'm gonna find him. Uh-oh. I hate this. Okay. They are getting stuck. But we're live, you guys, so it won't matter. Okay. So, you guys, like I said, I'm sure are probably trying to figure out why in the heck I'm doing this and why I chose this combo. Well, here's the thing. Before I ever got him, I ended up having... I think I had him, I think. No, I think I got him... I got these 2 at the card store. And they were... This one was 50 cents, this was 10 cents a piece. So this one's 10 cents, this was 50, I believe. So the reason why I did this was because now that I have all these combos, like I said, I don't have to tribute any other monsters just to get to him. I can basically just only have to tribute monster for monster with the same name. And that's pretty cool, because for me, I know it might be kind of You guys are thinking, well, that's stupid because it's not Blue Eyes. Yeah, but it's a dragon deck. It's structured around it. And so the reason why I do it is, like I said, because um, my deck, I'm trying to keep my deck away from having to use any other monsters like Kaiba Man or any other cards in there that I have as a tribute. So I mean, Kaiba Man I contribute for Blue Eyes. So basically, I'm trying to keep its own, trying to keep it to its own. Like Kaiba Man contribute for, what do you call it? Kaiba tributes for Blue Eyes. You know, Made in Navisa Blue tribute for Blue Eyes. Armor Dragon tributes for its own. So basically, I'm trying to keep it like combo. I'm trying to keep the combo, but I'm also trying to tribute the cards to get more cards. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I didn't see very many people, but I will definitely talk to you guys soon. Um, so it's kind of weird, but I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this, because what's funny about it is that, like, yesterday I had people tell me, "Oh, Romeo, that's not even part of a Kaiba deck. That's just, you're now off on, you're way off on the Kaiba deck." Yeah, I know. It might kill me. It might give me a disadvantage, but it's kind of fun to play with, because you know I have a lot of tributes in here to summon high monsters. Like Blue Eyes is my high monster. Armored Dragon, that's the high monster. So basically, I have two high monsters. Well, three, four. I have four, and two Armored Dragon. So five, I guess, if you will, kinda. But the 2,800, no, 28,000 is actually high. But so basically, my deck is structured around tributing for high cards, but I don't have to use like Blue Eye or Red Eyes. I don't have to take two cards and special summon and throw away cards that could help me. I just use its effects to help me. So basically, I'm trying to keep it simple, and it's a really cool deck. I like playing with it. I'm gonna try at some point to get more of my, what do you call it? My more cards maybe. I might think about it. I really don't know if I want to, because I feel like I'm doing good. I've got my deck, but I might buy some more Kaiba stuff just to. I might take out a lot of my stuff and add more of the Kaiba effect in there. Just play around with it and see. But you know, it's gonna be fun, and I hope it works. Um, so let me, hold on. I'm gonna count how many of these I have. I got one sort of revealing light. Two. I think I only have two in here. Mystical Typhoon there. Three. Yep, I do have three. Unless I have four. No, I don't. I have three. Oh, okay. So I do have three of these. Now just imagine if I put all three of these on the card field and I wait for my opponent to just wait. So I play one. Okay, one's dead, right? I play another one. Okay. 3 turns, right? Okay, that one's dead. Then another turn. 3 turns. I can attack. It would annoy the opponent. So basically, these are kind of the annoying cards because it doesn't let my opponent do very much. And that's why I like it, because it gives me a chance, if I can end up getting them by luck, all three in one hand, it really can be annoying. But it gives me an advantage because then I don't have to worry about worry about trying to be attacked. But with Blue Eyes, I don't think I have much to worry about Blue Eyes because Blue Eyes can hold his own. But and again, there are cards out there or in here that can summon Blue Eyes back from my grave. So I have a deck that's kind of structured around him, but also kind of mixed a little. I am kind of questioning a little bit now that I think about it. You know, could I do better? Yes, maybe. But I don't really think that I could do. I mean, again, you can't go as good as like the pretend TV show. So that's pretend. So, but this deck can get really annoying for people. I think if you had that many sort of revealing lights, it can get pretty. Five, six. So you play one. There's three. Flip of vanilla on six. Then that one's done. Then three more. That's nine. You're basically kind of your opponent might think they're cheating, but that's not cheating. You can actually have three cards if you look at it in the rules. But it would probably your opponent would probably be like very mad, and I can understand. And you got to think in that position too. That yeah, it would suck because how are you going to be able to do anything when you can't do three freaking rounds, or you can't attack for 9 turns? And because your opponent ends up having three sword revealing lights in 1 turn, really, that's going to be annoying. And it is kind of annoying, but you know, I do it only because it blocks any other stronger deck. If I get one or two, at least, if I even get one in my hand at one point, then I'll be happy. Even if I get two, I can play two on the field. Then that way it helps me not be attacked as easily, which I'm trying not to do. And that's why I kind of did it, because my intentions were try to make the deck strong, but not also be attacked as much, and to block damage as well. So that's kind of a given. Um, I've have a somebody challenged me, uh, and he said he was going to build a paladin deck. Now, if anybody knows anything about a paladin deck, please do comment down below what the heck is in a paladin deck. I kind of already peeked a little bit at what kind of a paladin deck might contain, but I don't know if that's really what it would contain or if that's just what the person added in there. So, yeah, so the person challenged me with a paladin deck, and I figured, okay, well, this paladin deck is going to have a lot of freaking spell cards like Dark Magician, Dark Blade Buster, uh, Dark Magician Girl. Have supposedly, and so those cards are gonna hurt. So what I'm gonna try to do. So my thought was, well, how am I gonna stop attacks? Even not just for the paladin deck, but for any attack, for anyone that plays against me. So that's why I added 3 of those, and it's gonna hurt if I don't get them, but at least I'll try. But it kind of, for some people, it's going to seem really tedious that, and yes, I'm actually playing with my deck as I'm playing or talking to you guys. Yes, it's going to get probably it's probably not very fun, and the person probably will not like the fact that I have 50 cards, and he'll want me to slim down on 40 cards, but I ended up building the deck anyway for 50, and I'm not going to go any lower, because 50 is actually what my deck is built around. So that's why it's built around my 50 cards, I believe. But we'll see. I don't really trust very many people like telling me like it's kind of, the thing is that you want to help and trust people that are kind of giving you advice on it, but you don't know if they're doing it for their own advantage or if they really are helping you. So that's why you want to be careful. And that's why I always, I'm very weary about people who say only use 40. Why? So you can end up cheating and getting 40 cards because you already know what your deck contains. You don't know what my deck contains, so why would you want me to slim for 40? And it's kind of one of those things where, you got to think about it. But you also have to think, yeah, maybe they're helping me. I don't mind having 40 cards because 40 cards lowers me down to basically not having to use as much cards. Anyway. And so I just, that's what some people will say. I don't care. Either way, I mean, 50, you're legally allowed to have 50. 50 is legal. 40 is the minimum. 50 is, I think 60 is the highest. But I don't think anybody would really want to do 60 cards. Unless you're the anime Yu-Gi-Oh show. I think they have like 100. Or they have 70 cards in their deck. Which I don't know how out of 70 cards in the anime series can they all draw the cards that they need, then end up winning. I don't know how Yugi does it, but okay. But of course it's all pretend, but for reality, I mean, you guys are looking at like, okay, look, you got 60 cards here, right? Or 50, excuse me. You got 50 cards here. You're probably thinking there's going to be a disadvantage for 50 cards. But if you play your cards right, I'm sure you can take all 50 of your cards and make it combined with each other. And make it work. And it would be that simple. It would ultimately be that simple. how in the hell do you make your 50 cards work? Well, for me, like I just showed you guys, I try to keep all my decks aligned with combos. If I can use as many combos as possible, and if I can use as many abilities or effects as I possibly can, I can win with, or I can pretty much get away with it. It's not really hard. There are the rules again, and I could look up the rules on my rule book because I have the handy dandy rule book, which came with the Saga Blue Eyes structure deck, both sets. It can tell you. I think you are legally allowed to have 50 if you choose. Whether or not your opponent really likes it or not is, well, tough cookies, pal. Sorry. Because I know people don't like playing with 50. Because 50 seems to be the worst amount. And I've seen people play with 50. 50 is possible. But 60 cards, no. I wouldn't even play a deck with 60. Unless there was a specific reason to only playing with 60 cards. And I don't think very many decks have that necessity of playing with 60. How you see people, I've heard of people whining about, oh, you're only supposed to have 40. Get over it. 40 cards is the minimum. 60 the highest. 50, I think 50 is about the closest you can, possibly overdoing yourself and ended up screwing up your deck. Potentially because 60 cards will screw yourself. You will potentially screw yourself with 60 cards because you're not going to have that much opportunity. Even with 50, you're still going to have a slight chance of drawing what you need. But if your deck is built for it, yes, you can do it. Like my deck. And I think that's why. I do hear a lot of people gimp about it. Now with Blue Eyes, I think it was down to 40. No, 50. It was down to 50. Some people have actually structured it down to 40. Now for me, I just don't do it that way. I play with my 50s. Because 50s for me is the way I go. There's nothing wrong with it other than, like I said, you might be at a slight disadvantage because 50 cards you're going to end up not being able to get a lot of the cards you want. True. But it's all in believing how you feel that your deck is created. If you created your deck for it, you can do it. And I think I created my deck for it. Probably challenged me, probably is listening to me, and I do want to remind anyone who challenges me that it's just for fun. I don't take this seriously. I honestly don't. I don't take this seriously as in, like, this is not... I mean, I do collect cards, yes. I know it's stupid, and I do take the collection seriously, and I do take the building it seriously, but the dueling part, I kind of take it as, I do kind of take it as a game. I realize it's a game. It's not like the TV show where it's all pretend and, Jody, obliterate, kind of thing. You have fun with it. And that's all the main thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is you have fun. You maybe get to trade some cards. You get to talk to people who like the same thing you do. It used to be kind of a good, cute little community, but it changed. I've heard people say, oh, why do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players stink? Probably because most of the time they're more considered into. They're more. What do you call it? They're more into. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. More into playing than their hygiene. No, I do shower every day, almost pretty much every day. I shower every day. I brush my hair. I put my deodorant. I do what I do. I try to live a healthy life. I'm not one of those players that would stink, and that's why some players get the bad reputation of why do players stink. Well, probably because they're more concerned with other things than their hygiene. And it is bad because, yeah, I'm sure sitting there for half an hour trying to play against somebody who smells like a dirty diaper dumpster is not very pleasant, and I'm sure it doesn't make you feel really good. But why not, offer the guy some Axe deodorant spray? I mean, that's always a good thing. Always offer that. And these are things Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty much dead, so I don't really need to go through a list of like things you should bring. But you should always bring deodorant or Axe spray or some kind of spray. Even carry your own deodorant. Have your own deodorant, and then put the spray on the side for people like Stinky, for the guy that smells the worst. And then offer him, say, hey, chicks might dig this, and offer him some Axe deodorant. Don't make him feel like crap and say, hey, dude, you really freaking. Don't make him feel degraded. Make the guy feel like he's. Make the guy feel at least comfortable. Just say, hey, man, I got this spray, the chicks might dig it. Make the guy feel like, hey, he might go out and get a chick. Even though that's, full hard-heartedly, that's not intention. Because this guy probably didn't shower for like a month. So, but anyway, you guys, I am going to go. I love you guys. Peace. I will be back maybe later.